Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Thursday, March 7th, 2013. Okay, so remember our events that we looked at yesterday, and we were wondering if they would affect the market. Well, in effect, they didn't affect the market really at all. We had these announcements coming up. The beige book had mixed. I read the summary of it, and it had the report was kind of mixed. You know, some things were up, some things were down. Employment's creeping up. New housing starts are creeping up. House prices are creeping up. Gasoline is down and oil is down, but you know, not like there's no signs that the economy is going to explode or anything like that at this time. So it was mixed, I guess you might say. So on the account, where we're standing right now, well, first let's look at the market. We're looking at a slightly higher open today. Gold is trying to scratch its way back to 1600. Oil is at 90, which is why gas prices are down a little bit, which pleases me, even though I don't drive all that much. I just think it's good for everybody if gas prices are low. And I guess that's about it. I wanted to also, before we get into the details today, I wanted to take a look at a chart that I brought up of this is the S&P 500 index since I think it's 20 years I have here. Now this is interesting if you take a look at it. The pitch of this rise here from 94 or 95 on is pretty steep. Then it gets up here around this 1500 level, and it retests it, and then fails and has a big correction. And this was in '02. So this was, you know, the 9/11 and the internet bubble and all that. And that was all that happening and popping here, I guess you might say. Then we started the march back up again, and it's not as steep as the previous one, nor is it coming from as low a point. So it's down here around 800, say. And then we started marching back up again. Not quite as quickly. Some nice little corrections on the way up there. Get up to around that 1500 level and retest. Can't really get up to 1600. And then a very hard correction or drop pullback again to around the 800 level before she bounced back up again. Now we have what appears to me anyway, these corrections on the way up in the current bull market are much steeper corrections, more volatile bull run, I would say, than in the past, except for maybe this point right here, back in October of 98. That was a pretty steep correction, or pullback, or whatever name you want to apply to it. So I thought, let me clear my throat here. I thought this was pretty interesting when I brought this chart up. So are we at a huge resistance level here? I would say we are. I mean, there are going to be days when we go above. That's true. But there are going to be, if we can get through 1600, then we're on our way. But there's a good chance that we won't. Maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, mystery or magic about this level here And it's been, over the last 20 years, that has been the level that we have not been able to break through. So, what can I say? I really don't have anything more to say about it except that it's pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to close this out now so I don't get confused, which has been pretty easy lately. All right, yesterday was a relatively mild, quiet day on the market, even with all those announcements. And I did open up some iron condors, and the alert did trigger on BIDU, but I didn't do anything with it. It triggered pretty late in the day. I got into some iron condors on the Profit 10 portfolio account, and I'll quickly go over those. The IWM double calendar here is just kind of floating around for right now. If we look at the Analyze tab on it, and it's creeping up towards the losing area. We'll keep an eye on it again. If it gets up here around 94 or so and time is ticking away, this is 4 weeks from now, then we'll get out of it. You win some and you lose some. MasterCard is that's also a where do we go here? MasterCard, yes, this is a double calendar that we have. Let me take these off of here. And if MasterCard continues its march up, we will be into a profit area here, but that this pole in this tent is getting shorter, I guess you might say. So as volatility decreases, this pole here is going to get a little bit shorter, but still, if it comes up here, I expect to make $300 or so on that. Spider's insurance policy, no need to cover that. That's way out there. That is an April expiration. All right, so our Amazon trade, that this bear call here, still waiting for something to happen with that, and that is again the one-to-one risk reward. I'm not going to worry about that particular one. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. This is the iron condor that I did on Amazon yesterday. Let's take a look at the chart there. All right, so here it is. This is the daily chart. I'm going to squish this down a little bit. These are my short strikes, not break-evens, but short strikes here. I'll just have to wait and see what happens with that one. And if you look at it on a weekly chart, all I need is just, like about 4 bars between here. And if we get those, then the iron condor is good. BIDU also put an iron condor in on that one. I don't have them on my A+ list yet, so let me put them on here. Or on my in-play list, I should say. So BIDU, I'll take a look at it on the weekly. So I need, again, 4 bars in between these 2 short strikes. And CF. Also didn't put them up, didn't update my in-play list yesterday. So here's CF. And I put that one on yesterday also. All these were done kind of late in the day. And here's a chart on that one. Again, 4 bars in between here, and it will be successful. Still have an alert on this one. Just want to let you know too, if we want to do a, we were looking to do a bear call on this, so we'll see what happens. I'm just going to keep the alert there for right now. All right, so Chipotle doing quite well, and PNRA, there's a couple of plays here. What do we got here? We have also put a iron condor on that one as well for April at 145 and 175. So if we take a look at PNRA on a chart, 145 and 175, so 175 is up here, 145 is down here. So we're outside those price slices, which was, if you remember, I was going to do a March iron condor on it, and I was not able to do the bull put side of it. Or did I? Yeah, I was not able to do the bull put side. Just the bear call side up here. So I can take this line off of here. So we're looking for this for next week to stay below here for that expiration, and then I'll have to draw in my lines for the April iron condor. I'm not going to do that. Waste your time doing that now. Let's go to the A+ list and see what we can find out from that. Not a lot to go through because we're in a lot of stuff right now. Oh, Apple. Apple did not have a good day yesterday. It gapped up and then pretty much spent the rest of the day moving down. There is no entry here. We might, though, if we do get a hook here, if Apple moves down again today, I might just do a bear call on that at the money type of a bear call, because that's Apple would be, I should be making more money off of Apple with this trend. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to put an alert in here. No, I didn't want to do that. I want to put an alert on the last. Below what? Well, we'll leave it right there for now. That looks like a nice below. So if we move down there, I might just jump in on that one. Amazon we're in, and I'm not interested in adding any to that. BIDU, we got our alert yesterday afternoon. Let's take a look at that. The alert did trigger as we moved below. I had it below this low, and it did trigger in the last hour of trading yesterday. I may still jump in on this today. So I am going to put another alert in here, and if we move below that, I'm going to do another at the money. At or below, another at the money bear call on this one. CF, I'm not interested in adding any to that. Chipotle, I'm in that. How about Salesforce? Salesforce may be leveling off here, although you'd be hard pressed to prove that by looking at just these candles. But I'm looking at momentum, short-term momentum starting to come out of the market, and a hook down here. So what would I do? I don't know. I might do, say, a put calendar a little bit below, maybe at 185 or 180 or something like that. I might do that, but I have no plans today, so we'll just take a look at it tomorrow. Google is having, there's some news out yesterday about a war that they're having with, or the ongoing war with Microsoft, and that there may be a battle coming up in Massachusetts around collecting data on school children that use Google's online tools, cloud computing tools. So I don't know if that's the reason why it had this huge pullback at the open. If we look over here for yesterday, there are no times for any of these announcements, but you could probably figure that something early on 3.6. Boy, there's a lot of news on Google. Man. Google. Well, forget about it. But that's probably the biggest article that I found from a news perspective on possibly why Google opened up and pulled back heavily in the first hour. Oh, is there a trade here? I'm seeing nothing but upward momentum and upward movement here, so the trade was back here. With the stochastic hooking up and the MACD moving in a positive direction towards the zero line. So that's where the trade was right here. And that was travel week, so didn't get into anything there. MasterCard we're in. I'm not interested in adding anything there. Netflix. Running pretty flat right now. I wonder if I could do a calendar on this one. Maybe an at the money calendar. Let me make a note of that. Or maybe a double calendar. I'll have to decide what I want to do on that one, and I will report back tomorrow. Let's see, Priceline. I don't have anything on Priceline right now. Not in it at all. Lots of powerful momentum here to the upside. May get a temporary pullback, which is what I'd like to see with this momentum the way that it is. The average keeping above the zero line. So this is, Priceline is I just cannot figure out Priceline, why it's worth so much. I really don't know why. And PNRA, we're in with a couple of trades on that one, so we're going to leave that one alone. Let's take a look at PNRA, though, on the Analyze tab. All right, I have these 5 here. So we're looking at if things work out and PNRA doesn't really take off. Let's look at a chart. We have a little bit of momentum to the upside. If it continues today, I may end up getting out of this one, because this is as long as I got some profit here, let's just take it. I may do that. So I'm going to make a note here to take a look at PNRA. And I'm also going to put an alert here at this 166 level. At or above, that's good. All right, so I'm going to watch for that. I'll probably bail on this particular trade. And then there is the Iron Condor here for next month that I'm in. And I try to get $1 out of my Iron Condors. I'm doing less than 20 deltas on my short strike. So that's the way that I've been selecting them. And that's the way I did it in the paper account, and it's been working pretty good. So I'm going live with some of these trades now. And so that's what I was doing, was selecting deltas of less than 20. And when you do that, there's not a lot of premium. So what I look for is I want to get $1 out of it. I'm only doing one lot, so I'm not getting in real heavy at this time. Just because I'm cautious, and this is only a $500 risk here to make 100. That's a pretty good risk reward for an Iron Condor for a conservative trade. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so that's pretty much it for today, I believe. I don't think I had anything else to add. If I do, I'll make a note of it, and I'll throw it in tomorrow's video. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and happy trading.